Maximum number of pull-ups. 100-meter sprint. Dick measuring. Wait, what? There's no, we're not doing that. So there's no dick measuring. Yeah, no, that's fine. You know, it's whatever.
Well, let's get to it then.
You smell what I smell? That's some pure Bullfit.
What's up, motivators? Welcome back. It's Kevin. This is Pure Bullfit. We got an interesting one for you today. We're going to take on Vitruvian Physique's Ultimate 2020 Fitness Challenge. Well, sort of. We're going to find out exactly how much strength I lost to the flu. Let's get into it. Hey guys, what's going on? I know it's been a while. I've only released maybe 1 or 2 videos since I got sick back on like January 25th, but I am feeling a hell of a lot better. I'm well on the road to recovery. I'm getting some of my strength back. I'm getting back in the gym. As a matter of fact, I just had my first serious workout in like 15 days. A couple of days ago, we've got some footage from it to share with you because we're doing this fitness challenge. Now, you guys recommend that I watch a bunch of different channels, and I don't always enjoy the content of everybody that you recommend to me, but this one I kind of am. Vitruvian Physique is a Canadian bodybuilder, I believe, and I do believe he lives up in the Toronto area. He's got a lot of content. He's been around for a while. He's got a pretty big following, and he mostly has this kind of like self-deprecating sense of humor. He likes to make jokes with himself as the butt of the joke, and I always appreciate that. Seems down to earth. Doesn't seem full of himself, and I haven't caught him like trying to sell some bullshit yet. He just seems to be genuinely interested in sharing his journey and talking about the things that work for him and giving some broad advice and stuff like that. And I can get behind that. So I haven't really had any like red flags flare up yet or anything like that, but it's early on. But one of the videos that I did come across is this Ultimate 2020 Fitness Challenge, where he takes on the bench press, the overhead press, pull-ups, squat, 100-meter sprint, 5-kilometer run, and a rock climb max grade. Now, if you guys have been around my channel for a while, you understand I do not like fixed weight, established arbitrary levels of strength or performance applied to everybody. I think that's stupid. See my video on Gregor Gallagher's 135-pound overhead press challenge. But I do think that this right here can be useful. And as he says, as he makes that joke in the beginning clip, it's not a dick measuring contest. It's not. He's actually comparing his performance post-show to his performance post-show like a year later. And I think that's excellent. So what I've done here is I've taken the bones of what he's presented and I've made sort of a template that we can all take this, swap out some exercises, find what's relevant to us, what we enjoy, what we're trying to establish, our performance, its ebb or its flow, and we can measure ourselves from training cycle to training cycle or from year to year, which is what I'm going to do here. I'm establishing strength levels here at the beginning of the year and at the end of the year. Now, the reason we're not going to call this the Pure Bullfit Ultimate Challenge 2020 is because I gained significant inspiration for this from Vitruvian Physique's challenge. I'm not going to try and steal credit from him. I'm not going to try and, sweep under the rug that this is where I got the inspiration. It's where I get it. You get the credit for the inspiration, dude. I just think that this way that I'm going to present is something that people who are more strength focused can apply to their lifts and scale appropriately, whether they're stronger or weaker. Now, there's a couple of obviously commonalities. We do the squat, we do the bench press in this. I am significantly stronger than Vitruvian Physique is there, but he's way better at running. So comparing myself to him would be stupid. It would be ineffective anyway. And as one of my favorite YouTubers says all the time, comparison is the thief of joy. So let's not worry about what he can do. If you want to find out what he achieved on his individual scores, I've got that video linked below. Go on over to his channel, check it out. It's actually a pretty entertaining video, and it's got a lot of information. He backs up why he does what he does, why it's important to him, why he uses really odd weight selections like 275 pounds for the bench press, but only 225 pounds for the back squat. That's something that I went ahead and I tried to avoid. So let's talk about this template. Let's talk about this fitness challenge and how you can use it. So let's get right into it. Let's talk about this fitness challenge. What did I do differently? Instead of taking fixed weights, instead of taking a specific number, I applied a percentage of my perceived or former 1 rep maxes to test out. If I'm trying to find out how strong I was post-flu, why didn't I just go back and test all my 1-rep maxes? Because that's fucking stupid. Why would you put yourself after sickness ravages your body? Your weight fluctuates like mine did. 14 pounds. I dropped 14 pounds. My weight has only steadied out recently. I've put a few pounds back on, make sure I'm in a good place, make sure I'm not eating all of my lean mass. My weight is finally stable, so it was time to check out where I'm at. So what we're gonna do instead is we're gonna take 80% of our major compound lifts and we're gonna do them for max reps. My former best bench, right before I got sick, 405 pounds. My former squat, 500 pounds. My former deadlift, 500 pounds. You can see where I'm going with this. So we take 80% of those numbers and we see what our performance is, and we can use a simple 1-rep max calculator to get a rough idea of where our max might be. Now, I'm gonna tell you right now, spoiler alert, the numbers dropped significantly. My weight fluctuated really bad. I got really sick, as sick as I've been in many years. I went from 262 pounds, I'd lost a few pounds doing Athlean X Monster Maker, a little more aggressive than I wanted, then I switched up programs, immediately got the flu. I dropped all the way down to 244 pounds. I'm now 252, my weight has stabilized, some of that was water weight, but a whole lot of it was lean mass too. My body composition as far as fat mass didn't really change all that much, so I'm viewing it as a straight loss and not in the good way. So we had a lot of problems there, I had a lot of worries there about what my performance was going to look like, and I've got some footage to show you exactly where I'm at and exactly what I mean. And I'm going to tell you right off the bat, we changed a few of the exercises out because not all of them are appropriate for me. For instance, the max grade rock climb is not something that I can do. We don't have a lot of climbing gyms around here. We do have a lot of natural rock walls, but it's the middle of winter in Maine, and I will be damned if I'm going to go out there and try and climb a rock wall just to entertain folks. It's not something I enjoy, it's not something I'm pursuing, so it's not a test that is relevant to me. Also, I enjoy running about as much as Danny Trejo enjoys sending text messages.
Much that they don't text.
So there's only a little bit of running in this. I focused on the bench press, pull-ups, overhead press, back squat, deadlift, max raw, double overhand, no hook, no chalk, hold to test our grip strength, a mile run. But you don't have to do the same events that we do. You can do entirely different events, things that are relevant to you. I think taking about 80% for those of us who are interested in strength and seeing what max reps we can get, and then comparing that a year later, a training cycle later, we've got a good way to find out what kind of progress we've made. So let's go ahead and take a look at what I was able to do with these movements post losing 14 pounds to the flu. All right, let's go ahead and get into it. I'm just gonna go ahead and watch this with you all in a little mini screen. So we start off with the bench press. It is a really common movement that almost everybody can relate with, almost everybody has some experience with. You don't have to do it with a barbell, you do it with dumbbells, but I use about 80% because I think that that's a relevant number. 325 here, 80% of my former max was 405. My estimated max at 325.55 is about 365 to 370 pounds. I would be interested to see if I could still get that later. Now, I formerly had a squat of 500 pounds, and this is only 405, and we're gonna go for max reps here. I'll tell you straight up, you'll see in this video, I probably could have squeaked out another one, but I'm gonna be really real. If I did, I probably would have crapped my pants, and quite honestly, that extra rep is not worth going Hershey squirts in my drawers in a public gym. Maybe I don't want it enough, but I wasn't gonna get anything out of that extra rep, so I went ahead and I avoided it. So that's got me at about 455 to 460 pounds. That's like a 50-pound drop, a 45-pound drop. This is where it gets a little bit dicey. We've moved on to our pull-ups here. And if you watch carefully, you can see I have a hard time extending my left arm fully. That has a lot to do with that shoulder being surgically repaired. And I've got a torn teres major in the right shoulder, so I've got this kind of like diagonal pull. I hate doing pull-ups. I only get about 13 here, which is well short of the 23 I think Vitruvian Physique got. I used to be able to do a lot of pull-ups in the Marine Corps. We called chin-ups pull-ups, but it's not something I do now. I usually just replace it with the lat pull-down. It allows me to stay stable, keep my legs stable, and then I can pull evenly. Not something I can really do on the pull-up bar. Now for the overhead press, I was tempted to do 135 for max reps, just as kind of a thumb in your eye to to Greg O'Gallagher, but I went ahead and stayed true, 80%, 170 pounds. And I'm right on track here. I gotta be honest. I was only overhead pressing about 210 pounds before I got sick, and this measures out 170 by 8 by most calculators, brings that back down to about 210, 215 pounds, maybe. The deadlift, I gotta be honest, I thought this was gonna be the worst. 405 is about 80%, 400 is 80% of 500. And I surprisingly got, well, I think like 8 reps here. And that puts me at about 502 to 505 pounds. So it doesn't look like I lost anything on my deadlift, though I certainly wouldn't try and 1 rep max right now. That would be crazy. I'd probably hurt myself. So I'm glad to see that I haven't lost too much on my deadlift, and it gives me a bit of hope. Now, instead of the climb, this is what I replaced it with. I wanted to test my grip because, as Jeff Cavalier points out in many videos, grip strength is indicative of overall. And what I've got here is 430 pounds, which is 82% of my estimated 1 rep max and a personal record. Unfortunately, we move on to the run. And yeah, I know, it's shaking a bit. It's just a mile, but I haven't really run since I got out of the Marine Corps in 2012. And I hate running. I hate it. I'm not even gonna like give you an excuse. I'm not gonna call it a back spasm or anything else. I ran a mile and it damn near killed me because I suck at running. Now I did try to do all of this in about 24 hours. As you can see from Vitruvian Physique's video, he did, I think he did it over 3 or 4 days, judging from the amount of clothes that he was wearing, but I tried to pack this into about 24 hours. I got to the gym too late on day 1, had to finish the rest of these events. So that's it. Overall, I did lose a significant amount of strength on 2 major compound lifts. I am weighing in about 10 total pounds lower than I originally did. I put a few of those pounds back on. My weight has stabilized. I am going to start the lean phase again, the leaning out phase, excuse me, aiming for about 1%, yeah, really about 0.5% or 1% of my total body mass per week for the next 13 weeks on strength and fat loss 2 from Kaizen Training. Links below to Kaizen Training, links below to Vitruvian Physique. This is where I'm at now, and honestly, I can't really even be mad about it. I missed 3 weeks of training. My weight fluctuated significantly. I was sick as hell. I still feel a little bit weak, and it's not like I don't think that my strength isn't gonna come back. When I tore my pec, it took me 2 years to start making progress again. No matter how angry little commenters wanna act like I'm PRing every week, I was gaining ground that I had lost over 2 years. And for me, that took forever. That wasn't PRing every week. I was gaining ground every week. But this, I suspect, is gonna come back a lot faster, and you need to be patient with it. For starters, if you're sick, stay the fuck out of the gym. Don't go there, be a plague rat because you're a selfish piece of shit and you need to get your workout in. Don't get everybody else sick because of that. Stay away, rest, recover, eat up. The strength will come back. We'll check in a little bit down the road to see how fast, post significant weight loss from illness, somebody like me can put that strength back on to see if it maintains. But I'm also entering that lean phase, so I don't expect it to do much more than hold steady, which I would be perfectly satisfied with. And I encourage you to take this template and test yourself. As always, if you like the video, go ahead and like the video. I've been away for a while, so the algorithm doesn't love me anymore. Help a brother out. If you liked it, comment below. If you didn't like it, they got a button for that too. Until I see you guys again in the next video, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and go fit yourself.